Been working here 2 years now. The place is phenomenal. It's just one of the best shipyards I've been in. I've been in business 30 years. I've been plenty of shipyards throughout the country. This is the #1 shipyard I've ever been in.
With CNC Marine, we're a family-owned and operated business. We're located in Belle Chasse, Louisiana.
If it's built out of steel, we can do it. And we take on a variety of different marine projects. We focus primarily on new construction, and then we do barge repair as well. Anthony Siblich, who started CNC Marine about 27 years ago, that he doesn't look at things the same way that maybe somebody else had always looked at. What he really focuses on is efficiency. And part of efficiency is being innovative.
So I've been here 12 years, and they adopted Ship Constructor here just before I got here, so almost 13 years now. Ship Constructor is always innovating, so we're always seeing what the innovations are, what the new process improvements are with Ship Constructor. In fact, a handful of years ago, we started looking at how to improve some of our efficiencies here with reporting systems, and one of the ways that we discovered was some automation as far as reporting, and we used that through Enterprise Platform.
I've started working here 5 years ago. I didn't know anything else but CNC. It's my first job. I come straight out of college. For me, this is what I thought was typical. Then throughout my years, I started going to visit other shipyards for various reasons, and I realized overhead cranes, the panel line, assembly packages, everything is just astronomical compared to everyone else.
We have a growth mindset here, and we're constantly growing and improving our people's processing and systems to be more efficient and more cost effective for our customer, and to produce an overall better product along the way. If we can save man hours by adding some kind of automation, we do that. It makes us more efficient. If we can add a better quality product by adding some automation as far as welding goes, we do that. If we can save time by adding new technologies and automation, we do that.
Our attitude is, what's the best way to deliver the product to the customer, and how do we get there?
We used to take a report for, let's say, a structural cut list and go through multiple steps to produce it, and it was a 45-minute process per unit, to do. Now I can do it in 2 minutes.
We pride ourselves on the quality we do here. You can still do it, a quality job, but you can also be efficient. We're not married to one particular process, that we're willing to adapt and adjust accordingly.
Using Ship Constructor and Navisworks to do all our reviews, it just makes it a lot better product. And you're not doing as much field fitting because you already handled all that in the model itself.
Well, we always want to try to get faster. That's always the key, So any kind of way we can speed the job up, whatever technology does to speed it up, that's what we're looking to do.
It starts with modeling, and how we model the vessels themselves, and understanding that doing repairs or doing modifications in the field is not efficient. It's really easy to make a modification in a model. It's a seamless integration that ultimately allows us to provide a better product that is done in a faster time with fewer mistakes.
The crew gets used to what they're doing. It's like a puzzle. They just get very good at what they do. Spit them out fast.
For us, using Ship Constructor is a critical component to the integration process.
The 3D model is essential for our production. First, it goes through the assembly line of the panel line, NC cut on the laser table, and all these lines are pre-cut for us based on the packages produced from the 3D model. All we're pretty much doing is taking that package and using this machine to lay out everything in a more efficient manner.
So we use our product model in multiple ways. First of all, it's our main tool for engineering and design. What we do is we create the vessel in 3D, and then we use that for verification as far as like creating the QC portion of it. We then take that model, turn it into our production package. Our production packages are then used to fabricate the vessel, engineering our lifts, and we also use it to hand over to our customers to say, look, this is the final product of what was built. We get 95% of our modeling done before we even start building. And what that does is it eliminates us having to correct mistakes in the field. If we can correct it in the model, it's going to help us out because the the errors start to compound when you're out in the field because of the amount of personnel involved. But if we correct it, you have one person correcting it with a mouse as opposed to 4 people correcting something with a torch and a welding lead.
Our leadership has never had a problem with making investments in the shipyard as long as there's going to be return on that investment. So that's the balancing act always.
In order to improve upon our processes, we're actually doing some more investing in automation here. We just improved our dart welders, our seam welders to be digital, to where we have more manipulation and troubleshooting, digitally. We're actually getting ready to install a robotic panel line tool to where we take and place angles on our plate or our panel line robotically, and we can increase efficiency by like 60%. Partnering with Ship Constructor has proven in 12 years, very valuable, whether it be, learning how to create a more efficient report, output robotic information that we can put on our robotic welding, the innovations as far as, being able to model quicker by having, different standards of operation that Ship Constructors, has available to us. We just, they've been a valuable partner.
They always say, a house is only as good as its foundation. In a lot of ways, our projects are only as good as the engineering behind them. For Ship Constructor, that's really a key component to that. We don't cut any steel, we don't do any production until the model is finished. And once the model's done, then we feel safe that we can actually start cutting steel and building the vessel. And we know when we go to build it, it's going to be that much faster because we've made it really simple for the guys in the yard to understand what they're supposed to do. And they get to focus on just what they need to do and not worry about all the other noise that might be going on. And that really is starts with Ship Constructor and SSI.
Learn more about SSI and our success stories at ssi-corporate.com.